Carissa wants me to talk more about the beginning, the getting started with $0. If you guys don't know, I was homeless when I started my cleaning business. What's up, boss fam? It's your boy DJ the Boss, and I'm back again with another video. Man, shout out to y'all. Y'all have been dope. The community is getting strong. It's getting crazy. It's a real thing now, and that's all because of y'all supporting me, and I appreciate it. Y'all have been here watching my journey, watching me grow as a business owner, watching me grow as an entrepreneur, and I appreciate it. And I'm hoping that I can just return some of that value that you guys have given to me. So I appreciate you all for being here, especially my day ones. You guys have been here since I was actually, cleaning in this cleaning business. I still clean, but since the beginning, man, I love y'all. I appreciate it. Happy New Year's. I wanted to respond to a specific comment that caught my eye because it was something that I was thinking about when I was first getting started and I didn't have any money. So if you guys are new here, I own a commercial cleaning company. I've been in business for the last 7 or 8 years. It's been a good run. So on this channel, I don't try to sell you guys a whole lot. I just try to help other entrepreneurs get started and get to a place where they can afford to make moves and make other investments and stuff like that. And so that's what this channel's about. Today's question comes from Carissa Mack. Carissa wants me to talk more about the beginning, the getting started with $0. If you guys don't know, I was homeless when I started my cleaning business. I had zero money. I was deeply in debt. I had zero money coming in. I had maybe $7 total to my name. I was able to pull myself out of that situation, and it's only because of this industry and the things in this industry that kind of allow you to get started with very, very little. And so I want to talk about that. And she also wants me to touch on, like, what did she say? The small jobs that I did before I got any big accounts. So I want to talk about that, and I want to address that because I think it'll be really helpful. So but again, I appreciate you guys sticking around. Cue the intro.
Look, this for all my boss babe. Go do your boss babe. Loving how you boss babe. This for all my dreamers and my doers and all the entrepreneurs. Just believe in what you're doing and pursuing. Look, this for all my boss babe. Go do your boss babe.
Carissa Mack left the comment that I really want to address because it reminds me a lot of myself. She says, can you please talk more about the small jobs you did before you were starting out and homeless and the supplies you used to start off with $0? She says, I imagine that Google Ads, purchasing domain, insurance, business license, etc. did come first when you started. You're absolutely right. And at what point do you purchase a website, internet, advertisement? Can you touch more on that, please? Because it really relates to my situation. It was my situation. I was homeless. I had $0, and I had no idea of how I was going to get started. I just had a will to make this work, and that's what you have to have, is a will to make this work. You have to believe that this can work, because if you don't think it's going to work, it's not going to work. You have to have a unchanging belief that this is my way out. This is how I'm going to make money, and it will work. Because it will if you force it to. It will if you work it. Any business will work if you study long enough and you get good at it. It will work. You just have to decide that this is what you're doing and you're sticking to it no matter how it goes. Because that's what it's going to take. It's for you to stick through it past these hard points. If you don't believe in it, then the second things get hard, it's going to be an excuse for you to just drop it and let it go. Does that make sense? So you have to believe that this is going to work for you, or you're not going to look for the solutions necessary to actually push through the hardest parts of this business or being in business in general. And so to touch on one of her points, she said, can I talk a little bit more about the small jobs I did before starting out, when I was starting out? And she imagines that Google Ads and insurance and business license and all of that stuff didn't come right off the bat. You're absolutely right. It did not. I didn't care to be legal. I was trying to eat. I was trying to survive. So it didn't matter if I had insurance or if I had a business license. I didn't care about that. I didn't care. I was trying to get money to eat, and I knew that I was willing to do what other people weren't willing to do in order to make money so that I can feed my family. So if that meant scrubbing a toilet, then that meant I was scrubbing a toilet. I obviously knew how to price my services correctly, so and I thought about pricing like an actual business from the beginning, because that was my entire idea. From the beginning, I didn't have anything. My very first job was for a contractor who wanted us to do some post-construction cleaning for a wet seal that they were building in the mall 8 or 9 years ago. But that store isn't even in the Alderwood Mall anymore. But when it first opened up, we were the crew that came in after the construction company to clean it. And the job paid maybe $250. They wanted me to have liability insurance. At the time, I had no liability insurance. I didn't even have a business license. So what I had to do was I had to convince them to get me paid for the job up front, and so that I can go and shop around for liability insurance. And of course, at that point, I'm thinking liability insurance was going to cost me more than the job was even going to pay me, but I was wrong. insurance doesn't actually cost that much. So I was actually able to use $50, $60, $75 out of the $250 that the job was in total, and get insurance to send them, so that we can continue to do business. So you don't always have to start out with things. You can go and get your money first. Get money first. And if they say it's a requirement, then try to figure out how to come up with it, because the money's coming right back in once you close your account. Or that's not a client that's going to work for you. You're going to have to move on to the next client. You got to take what you can in the beginning. My very first actual account. So not to skip over that point. She wanted me to talk about the smaller accounts that I got. That was probably the only small job that I had before getting the large gym facility that I still have to this day. I didn't go for small jobs. That's not what I was targeting. I never looked for small jobs. That was not something I ever wanted to do. I already knew that I wanted to do large scale commercials. So that's how I targeted, that's how I wrote my copy for my website. That's how I wrote, everything on my social media. It was always about routine cleaning, which means, every day or every other day or 3-4 times a week. So all of those types of contracts are a lot bigger than, say, just a house contract where you're going to clean it once, maybe twice a month, and then you'll get the hourly that it takes. I knew that I needed something that I was going to be able to bill for, multiple hours a day, multiple days a week, and that was going to get me to larger amounts of money faster. And so I never looked for one-time post-construction jobs or one-time janitorial jobs. I only ever looked for daily cleans, daily janitorial, routine janitorial, nightly cleaning. Those were the things that I targeted, that I wrote in my copy. I made sure that I came up for those types of search terms and things like that. That's what I came up for, was routine cleaning. I had a little bit of experience doing websites. I did music before, so I had like a website for my music career, whatever you want to call it. So I knew how to make a website. I think I used like the free version of what was Square, not Squarespace. I think it was just Square back then. So I used the free version of that to get a website up, and it would it would have your company at square.com, and it was, it'd have their website inside of your website. And so I just used that, and I didn't care. I sent people to the link, and I did what I had. I used everything that I had at the time. So use everything that you have at that time. You can't be playing the excuse game like I don't have this, I don't have that. Look for a client and see if they have their own the supplies inside their building. Once you close an account, my first account had supplies already in their building that I could use. They had vacuums, they had brooms, mops. I used that until I was able to purchase my own. There can't be any shame in your game. You got to be willing to take a step back and to accept where you are, and do what you have to do to get money into the account first before you start worrying about things like licenses, and let the business make that money, and then you'll be able to pay for those things. But obviously the business has to make that money, and you have to decide that you're going to reinvest that money into the business. As a homeless man, out of the $250, you would think that I would take the entire $250 and be able to take care of myself, at least for a little bit longer. But I would have known that would have been the last job that I did for that particular client, and I would have ended that relationship. So I decided to take a portion of that income that I got from my first job, that wet seal post-construction cleaning, and I put it back into the business by getting insurance, which ended up being like $50 a month. Don't overthink it, guys. These things are really simple. Just get out there, get to it. The first thing you have to do is make money. So close a deal, make money, get them to sign on the dotted line and give you their card information, pay you up front. And once you're paid, you can do whatever you want with that money. You can reinvest it into your business to get all the things you need, get the licensing, get whatever. If it's a requirement up front, the licensing and the insurance and all that stuff, if it's a requirement up front, you can tell them that you can provide it right after you receive your first month's payment. You'll provide all the paperwork that they need, and then you can go get it. So, you run this business as yours. You don't have to disclose any information that you don't want to disclose any earlier than you want to. Some things you have to disclose, but if you don't have insurance, if you don't have a business license, then that's okay. Don't feel like you have to have those things. I was probably 6 months in before I actually got completely 100% legal. One of the things that actually that I saw when I first started researching this business was a story of I hope I find this online so I can put a screenshot up here for you guys. There was a guy in, I believe it was either Vegas or LA. It was an Asian guy who ran up probably a $30 million plus company in cleaning, hotel cleaning, Vegas. It was definitely Vegas. He ran up like $34 million in hotel cleaning income. So my guy's company was making $34 million, not a single legal employee. Like, that's crazy. You can run up to $34 million and not have anything legal going on, like didn't have his business license or insurance and stuff right. These people were, illegal immigrants that weren't getting, medical health care or anything like that. So it was crazy. So I was like, how can, you can be as big as $30 million and people still don't notice? So what, no one's looking for you collecting $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. No one's really looking for you. You get that and you double back and get legal as soon as you can. But that's what you have to do in that case is get it how you live, man. It's hard out here. No one says it's gonna be easy. Look at what you're doing. You're trying to live a 1% life. You're trying to own a company and have it provide your income enough for you to sustain life. Nobody does that. Nobody, the majority of America struggles and lives paycheck to paycheck. So what you're asking for is extremely hard. Understand that and put extremely hard effort into it. Put that extreme effort into it. Treat it like it is hard, because it is. It's not gonna just be handed to you. You're gonna have to overcome some things with yourself and overcome some things in life. And you're just gonna have to deal with it and keep pushing, because that's what it takes. But I really hope this brings you guys some value. Happy New Year, guys. I hope everyone's off to a great start. I'm here, as you can see, I'm here in the office. We're off to a great start. At the end of the year and the beginning of the year is so crazy busy for us. It's always absolutely nuts, but closing deals and doing numbers, it's wonderful. I'm gonna keep moving. I'm gonna try to keep getting these videos out as frequently as I can. But shout out to y'all. If you guys got any questions, leave them in the comments. If you guys want to speak to me personally, you click the link below to book a one-on-one session with me. And because I tell you guys everything I know here, but some of you guys still want to talk to me personally, you feel like I can help you with, with your specific situation, then go ahead, book some time on my calendar, and I will definitely that time will be carved out for me to work specifically with you and work on your business problems, just like I do with any of my non-media consultant clients. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope it's brought you some value. Shout out to Marissa for asking a comment. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Keep that boss mentality. Peace.